on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at y'all with another word of encouragement for today. So, I was reading the Bible this morning and I came across a verse that I wanted to share with y'all. And really, for me, as I was reading it, it helped me reinforce the thought that there are a ton of wrong ways to think about how this world operates and thought processes and ways that we should be treating each other, ways that we interact with God. Like there are a ton of wrong ways, but there's only one right way. And this verse helps to highlight that. I wanted to read it to y'all and then I can explain what my thought process is. Y'all check this out. This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, "See to it that no one takes you captive by philosophy and empty deceit, according to human tradition, according to the elemental spirits of this world, and not according to Christ." It says, see to it that no one takes you captive. No one takes your mind hostage. No one takes you away from foundational thinking. The world is riddled right now with cultural relativism, biological relativism. We have gotten so far off in our ways of thinking that our minds are being held captive. It's being held captive by news organizations that'll give little partial truths to just help themselves make money. There's people that go on the internet and they trick old people into selling their homes because they've got their mind captive because they're living in a state of fear and they're more easily controlled. You've got people that are absolutely petrified to speak out for what's actually true in this life because their minds have been taken captive. Because I don't want to speak out for what's true because who's to say what's true? There's no foundation of truth. This verse comes along and says, no, there is a foundation of truth. It's Jesus himself. It says, see to it that no one takes you captive by empty deceit and by the human philosophies and these elemental spirits of this world, these demonic forces. They're trying to trick you. They actually hate you and want you to suffer for eternity. That's the thought behind this verse, right? Don't be captive by them. Don't be taken captive by their thought processes. They don't want you to succeed in this life or the next one. But Jesus does. And according to this verse and according to many other verses throughout the Bible, Jesus himself proclaimed to be the way, the truth, and the life. He said, no one is going to come to the Father unless it's through me. Jesus says, I'm the correct way of thinking. I am what is the foundation of truth. I'm the one that created everything. I know how it all works. Trust me. Don't trust the empty deceit that's leading you into your one thing, but this empty deceit is leading you to think you're something else, somebody else, some other thing. Don't be led captive by that. Cling to the truth. Cling to what God has done through his Son, who laid down his life for the benefit of the people he can call his own. Suffered a death that actually was meant for every lawbreaker, which is all of us. Suffered a death that was meant for every lawbreaker, so that they no longer had to suffer that death. It's called substitutionary atonement for you big word people out there. It says don't cling to all those empty philosophies. Don't be taken captive by it. Don't be taken prisoner by those things. If you think about it, like your mind is in a jail, and there's a lot of people that are walking through this life right now where they're starting to wake up and realize that some of these cultural practices have put their minds in a jail. Like they've altered their bodies in order to try to match this empty philosophy, and now they're suffering for it. There's tons of people in this world that have gone to the extremes to put these thoughts into other people's heads and to say particular things about God, to say particular things about life that they know are untrue, and people have fallen for it. It says, don't be taken captive by those things. Don't be taken captive by the evil spirits that are coming against you. They've told you to believe in this thing that's not working. And if this thing's not working, it means you need to cling to this other thing that ends up not working. And Jesus is saying the whole time, I'm the only thing that works. Come to me. There are tons of other people in this life that are going to say, well, I get what you're saying. The thing you're talking about doesn't work for me. Like Jesus doesn't work for me. I found this other thing that I think works for me. And I would simply say to you, ensure that you have measured and weighed out the entirety of the worldview you're clinging to. Whether it's cultural stuff or religious stuff or whatever have you, make sure that you have fully weighed out, like done a cost-benefit analysis of the worldview that you're clinging to. What is it promising you? Is it promising you temporary happiness? Is it promising you that you are going to be wise beyond measure? Is it promising you security and safety? Is it following through on any of those promises? From my view, Jesus is the only one that's followed through for billions upon billions of people throughout the ages on every single one of his promises. All the promises that God makes find their yes in Jesus. So I want to bring that to y'all as a word of encouragement and a word of challenge. I'm praying for y'all. Hope y'all doing well. Yo, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Yo, hit me up in my email so I can be knowing what to pray for you exactly. Shout out to everybody that's still watching these, man. I appreciate and love y'all. Thank y'all for the love and support. And yo, until next time, grace and peace.